Peace, assalamu alaikum. This is Rahim Ali coming at you once again, your investigator reporter. Today's topic is the topic that Josh from ABT had with Alazar, the Israelite. It was pertaining the authenticity of his chart of the 12 tribes, where they came from, not where they came from, but if it's authentic, say the Judah, the Negroes, African Americans, Benjamins, Guyana and the West Indies, Reuben, Seminoles, Indians, and so forth. Okay? And from the studies and from what I can see, this chart is not authentic. As Josh said, a couple of other callers said. See, I can go through each one of them, but there's no need. I went with him on the Seminole and Reuben, and I'll get to that in a second. The way you kill all 12 tribes is you ask Alazar to give you DNA from each Native American tribe that they claim on this chart, right? Or whatever people they're talking about on this chart, back to Judah, back to Benjamin, back to Levi, back to Simeon, back to Asher, back to Naphtali, Joseph, back to Gad, back to Reuben, back to Issachar, back to Zebulun, back to Dan. We need DNA. Henry Louis Gates Jr. does DNA to the stars, the celebrities, and they find that they DNA leads them back to Africa. So if the Israelites claim this on their chart, they should get together with hard data of DNA and show that it all leads back to who they are talking about. Perfect example why I know this is a fabrication, because Alazar himself said he didn't have no evidence that he come from Levi, right? From any Israel tribe, right? Of the 12 tribes. So if he can't give you proof about his own legitimacy, how the heck can he give legitimacy to the 12 tribes that were hundreds, thousands of years before him? See, people? I don't have to go through all of them individually. You just knock it out with DNA. That's it. Now, being that said, I asked him, who is Haladamiko? He's a Seminole chief. This is him. The culture, the way they eat, the way they dress, their language, etc. has nothing to do with Hebrew Israelites at all. Then I asked them about Sanofi Tustanigi. Here he is, along with his wife. Right? Both of them, he said he knew nothing about. Another Seminole. Okay? Now, I read to him where he, Sanofi Tustanigi, was a more Muslim amongst the Seminoles. And then I read on. Alazar said he doesn't know what that has to do with anything. Of course, whenever y'all trap, y'all say crazy things like that. Y'all will say, Rahim, you don't know what you're talking about. Rahim, you flipping scriptures. What that got to do with it? What you talking about? It has something to do with it, bruh. Sanofi, Seminole. Sanofi, Seminole. He was a Seminole. He was amongst the Seminoles. You know why it says amongst the Seminoles? It reads this. Encyclopedia Britannica article. So you can go get it. It says in Oklahoma, the Seminoles were among the 5 civilized tribes that included the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, Creek, and Choctaw. Choctaw, which is now known as Wichita tribe. So, from there, you have to understand he was one of those people. Like I told you, Alazar, they were different tribes of native people coming to one, which is called Seminole. So it has relevance. But the thing you were shocked with was he was a Moor Muslim. And Moors had Arabic. And I told you there's Arabic in Nevada. This is all the way on the northeast. Nevada is west in Americas. And I have the inscriptions from Nevada. Okay? So you're talking about Israelite, and I'm showing that these people are dealing with Arabic or being Muslim. Okay? So no matter how you look at it, that's what it has to do with it. You're saying one thing and I'm showing another. Okay? That's what it has to do with it. If you want to talk about our people being brought here on the slave ships, because you Israelites love to use the quote where it says, you will be a stranger in a land, you will go on ships, you will be slaves. And that's talking about the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? So, you also say that. Okay? So I don't know how y'all finagling it like Judah is. I don't know how y'all doing it or trying to do it. Okay? I tell you one thing also, from 40 to 60% of those slaves, people that was on them slave ships, were Muslim. And I can prove it. I have Muslim Africans and how they wrote in Arabic. I have those documents. So no matter what you say, it won't fly. That's how I know the chart is not authentic. The people that came over the Barren Straits down the western coastline, as Dr. John R. Robinson and Neves have shown in DNA tests, are totally different from African people. Okay? The only ones that come up as African people are the one that's in Corral, Peru, that was found, that's older than the Olmec people. Because at one time they thought Olmec people, who are our people, was the oldest civilization in South America, which is not, a place called Corral, Peru. And when they did the reconstruction of the person, they have the DNA and it says they are from basically the Aboriginal. Aboriginal people are from Africa. Okay? So they skulls, those native Indians, their skulls are not the same as ours. Today's Mexicans and so forth, they're mixed with Spaniards, Portuguese, French. But a lot of these Mexicans, they speak Spanish. They didn't before. You can look at their features and see that they were the people that were here, the natives. So that's all I am saying. And I dealt with just one, the Seminoles. they don't have anything to do with Reuben. Okay? They don't have nothing to do with Reuben. These doctors are showing that these people came like 13,000 years ago, or even more, down that coastline, all the way to the historical burials in Tierra Fuego, the tip of South America. Okay? So that chart is not authentic, and you can't prove that all 12 tribes brought those people over here, and you didn't prove it. And if you're saying something like that, it should be in the Bible. It should at least point to a land, even if the land wasn't named that, because we know it wasn't always named America, but the Bible just don't even say that. You're saying that. You and the Israelites are saying that. So again, the chart is not authentic until you can give the public a direct, hard data of DNA that's correct. Okay? Then somebody comes behind you and does it to authenticate it. Until then, it's not authentic. You're just saying that. You're taking verses and trying to acquire them to your belief. And it's just like you're saying the white man is the devil, and you're using certain nations, and it don't even make no sense. Like the Edomites, that they wasn't Caucasian or nothing. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's all I have to say. Give us the DNA from all 12 tribes. Y'all got your work cut out for you. If Henry Louis Gates Jr. does it, and others could do it, and have done it, then the burden of proof is on you, like Josh said, and you show us with DNA. We have that now. And with that, I say peace and assalamu alaikum.